Good afternoon, everybody, and happy fall. My name is Carey Anderson with Dade County. I do public information and relations for the county. I want to welcome you to our weekly update today. And remember, you can type your questions in the comment section during this update on the Facebook portion of this update. We also live stream to YouTube, but questions are not enabled there. If you don't want to ask your question live during the broadcast, you can always email us at info@dadecounty-ga.gov. Thank you so much for coming to the right place for the right information. Our guests today will be Director of the Alliance for Dade, George Williams, Board of Elections member Carolyn Hixson, Alex Case, our Dade County Director of Emergency Management, and of course, Ted Rumley, our Dade County Executive. If you know someone who might be interested in hearing from any of our guests today, go ahead and invite them to watch this live broadcast or start a watch party so you can hold your own discussion. Remember that you can also watch this later on Facebook or YouTube, and sharing the links to our videos is super easy. We do have some save the dates that I want to remind you of: the Fall Festival at DES, the Job Ready hiring event that's coming up this Saturday. We've added a new save the date, Faith and Blue Tailgate, which will be next Friday, October the 8th from 6 to 7:30 at Dade County High School. You can see some other save the dates there in front of you. So if you want to add those to your calendar, they are there so you can see them. If you don't want to add them to your calendar, you can just check our calendar out at dadecounty-ga.gov. Also, we have some employment opportunities in the area. I don't even know how many we have. Probably George Williams will talk about that a little bit later in this broadcast. But some of the specific ones that I want to mention to you today are here working for Dade County in Public Works or as a Human Resources Director and Bookkeeper. So you can find out about that at dadecounty-ga.gov/jobs. Also hiring is the Dade County Library. They are hiring a full-time library manager. For questions about that, email Lisa Eubanks at lubanks@chrl.org. Also hiring is 4-H and Extension through University of Georgia, so that's for our local 4-H chapter here in Dade County. If you are interested in that, you can check that out at ugajobsearch.com. Next, we will hear from George Williams.
Thank you, Carey, for having me on board. Welcome, everyone. I'm George Williams from the Alliance for Dade, your Chamber of Commerce, and I'm going to talk about today a very exciting event we're having this Saturday at the Dade County High School. It's actually Job Ready Dade is the title of it, and it's a hiring event. We're going to have over 15 companies there from Dade County that'll be telling their story to potential employees. There's going to be prizes. We're going to do prizes throughout the event for you to attend. We have a grand prize of $500 in cash. So it's worth your while Saturday morning to get up between 9 and noon, come down to the high school and see what the event's all about and talk to the companies that are there. Because all of them need employees. As Carey mentioned earlier, there's probably hundreds of jobs in Dade County that need to be filled at this time. And this is just an opportunity for us to showcase our businesses in Dade County and try to give you an opportunity to kick the tires and see what they do and what they're all about. We've also done a little study that says if you work outside of Dade County, you're probably spending between $3,000 and $5,000 a year in car expenses plus your time to go back and forth to work. So maybe it's a chance for you to look at the companies that are here and say, gee, it might be more important for me to be home sooner every day than driving whatever amount of time you need to drive to go to work. Or maybe you know somebody in your family or a friend that's in that particular situation. Certainly pass this information along. We encourage them to be there as well. It's no risk to you. Just come. We're going to have breakfast, coffee, drinks available for you, plus the prizes that I talked about and the $500 grand prize. It's from 9 to noon at the Dade County High School. We want to get you finished by noon because we know that many of you are football fans and want to be out there and home for that opening kickoff. So that's why we set our time for that. We have a wide variety of jobs. There's jobs working in offices, professional positions, as well as I know we have truck drivers and other industry, manufacturing and production jobs that are available here in our county. I want to thank our co-host too on this event. It's the Dade County Industrial Development Authority, as well as Northwest Georgia Joint Development Authority and Top of Georgia, as well as the Alliance for Dade has been busy working to put this together. So I'm pretty excited about it. And if you haven't had a chance yet, or you're not sure if you want to do it, I'm willing to companies that want to come at 8 o'clock Saturday morning to the high school, I'll let you set up a table. So if you haven't decided yet or you're unsure, don't hesitate to call, or call the Welcome Center. Have them get a hold of me. It's 657-4488. So don't forget, this Saturday, 9 to noon, Dade County High School for the Job Ready Dade event. It's a hiring event. Thank you very much, Carey.
Thank you for being with us, George. Next, we'll hear from Carolyn Bradford with the Board of Elections. And if you would like to learn more about Job Ready, the event on Saturday, check out the link that we just put online.
Hi, so glad to be back with you today, bringing you some more news from the Board of Elections. Before I start with some deadlines, I'd like to talk to you about some city and county voter cards. That's whenever you come in here to vote. Both elections in November will be on one card if you are a city resident. So as a city resident, your yellow voter card will contain 2 races, both the city election and the county special election. Be sure to look at the races as you see them appear on your voter screen. It's called the ballot marker. At this time, you can look and see and make sure that you, as a city county resident, have both races. If you are only a county resident, you will have only one election. So look at that. Make sure you have what you need to be voting for. And if you don't, ask for some help. We have all kinds of people here that'll be glad to help you. And the last thing we want you to do is be uncertain about how you're voting. If you ask for help, it can be fixed unless you hit the cast ballot vote. Then it's over and it's done with. You've made your vote and it cannot be fixed. So let me say this again. If you live in Trenton, but you're not a city resident, you will have one election, one race on your yellow voter card, and that will be the election for the District 4 representative. That includes Piney, New Salem, and Westbrow, and that's for the seat vacated by Alan Bradford's passing. So now if you have any questions, be sure and ask, because someone will help you. Now, early voting will begin October the 12th. This is for both races, both elections. The City of Trenton is for Park and Recreation Office and a Police Commission office. The County Commission, again, is for the District 4, the one that needs to be filled. The qualifying paperwork for this election you can begin to fill it out September the 27th in our office. And of course, we are in the administrative building on Case Avenue. You can come in Monday the 27th, Tuesday the 28th, or Wednesday the 29th. Monday and Tuesday, the hours are 8:30 to 4:30. But on Wednesday, the hours are different. They're from 8:30 to 12. So don't come in at 12 thinking you can turn your paper in or that you can start filling it out. So if you're waiting to Wednesday to do this, come in just a little bit early. Notices in this week's Sentinel have lots of info about all of the elections about the qualifying and also about our LNA testing that we'll be doing on the voting machines. This is open to the public, and it concerns taking the old elections off of the voting machines and putting the new ones on, making sure there's nothing left on the voting machines and everything is set up and ready to go for the November 2nd election. Early voting begins October the 12th. It runs through October the 29th. The last day you can register for this election is October the 4th. Election day is November the 2nd, and all the county precincts will be open from 7 to 7, just like all other elections. So if you have any questions, be sure and call our office. And if you think you want to be a poll worker, all you got to do is call our office. Anybody in there can help you. I'm usually the one that takes care of that information, but they will give me your name and phone number and I'll get back with you. So hope to see y'all very soon. Thank you.
One question, Carolyn.
Yes, ma'am.
For early voting, where do they vote? For advanced voting?
Right here in this commission meeting room,
So not at their precincts. The only day they vote at the precincts is
November the 2nd.
November the 2nd for Election Day. Thank you for that
You're
clarification.
welcome.
Next, we'll hear from Alex Case, our Dade County EMA Director, Director of Emergency Management.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alex Case, as Carey said, Director of Emergency Services and Emergency Management. One of the things we've been working on, and we have for a while, is keeping our community aware of National Weather Service events that come through our county, as most of our presidential declarations have hit us in the past has been from severe thunderstorms of some sort, either tornadoes, floods, or straight line winds. One of the things we've done in the past is we got recognized several years ago to be a storm-ready community. And we have to do certain things every 4 years to requalify that. And we just went through that requalification again and was re-recognized as a storm-ready community. A few of the things that we do is having the outdoor warning sirens that we've been obtained through federal grants, advanced notification that you see from our website. If you go to our dadecounty-ga.gov, we have HyperReach. It's an app that you opt in to receive that, and you will receive thunderstorm watches, thunderstorm warnings, tornado watches, tornado warnings. And if you live in a flood-prone area, you can choose to accept flood warnings and flood watches. As we had flood warnings and watches this past week from all the heavy rains we have alternate sources to receive these warnings through the National Weather Service. We have redundancy backup to make sure we're receiving this. We also visit the National Weather Service. And some of the best things that we have in our community is storm spotters. Dade and Walker County has hosted this event together for several years. We have it over here 1 year, and the next year in Walker. We keep rotating that back and forth. But since COVID, we've done a virtual class this year between both counties and had very good participation. So the storm spotters that live in Dade County that took that class and keep that up, they report what they see as storms are moving and gives the idea to the Weather Service to either issue that watch and or warning, and then also watching the radars that we've seen. You've seen some of our live posts during some of our storms while we're here watching and preparing, and a lot of time this takes days in advance when we start getting warnings and meetings with the National Weather Service, and we work really close with Huntsville and Peachtree City, Huntsville being our closer weather station in Huntsville, Alabama. We're able to be on their watch list and email list and meeting list, and we listen to both sides to see what's best for us. But this is something that we're very proud of, and we got recognized again, and we went through the spotter training along with the other individuals and the other things that our county commission allows us with our budget and through emergency management to continue to do this stuff for our residents and our visitors. One of the things, I think we posted this earlier as when this got done, and one was mentioned that, how can we do this when our storm shelters are not finished? We don't have to have storm shelters to be storm ready. The ready is the alerts to get people heard faster, where they can seek cover faster and be more prepared to handle their things. Now on the storm shelters, we are getting closer every day, but with weather and hope next week we're going to be breaking ground on the first one. Met with a contractor this morning and got benchmarks set where he needs to excavate and get going. And then right behind that will be our footers. 2 of the buildings are completely constructed and setting at the manufacturing facility in Bessemer, Alabama. We had a conference call this morning with the builder giving them some updates on the status, but we've had rebar delays, concrete delays, huge weather delays, and we're going to do our best to get at least 2 of them, which will be the Dade County Sports Complex and the South Dade Community Center in the next few months. But again, this is something we're proud of, and it's also available for you to go to our website, get that free app that you can be alerted anytime, 24/7. If we have any type of warning that hits sections of Dade County, it's based on your address location. So thank you.
Thank you for that, Alex. Next, we'll hear from Dade County Executive Ted Rumley.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. It's a beautiful day out there with the fall weather, and I mean, it's just it just feels good to not have these 95 and 100 degree days. I'll go ahead and go over a few things here with before we go into our COVID report. Over some projects we've got going. Alex did mention our storm shelters. Thank goodness we're hopefully be breaking. Well, we would have already broken ground had it not been for the rain this week. Next week we should we're going to start down at the 4 fields, and that one will be the first, and then they'll go on and get started at the South Dade down at the South Dade Community Center. We do have the paving, major paving jobs that are coming up. And I talked about that in the last few weeks, but Hills Gap and Burkhalter, so that is on the calendar to do. Hopefully that'll happen mid-October. We do have a striping company coming in this next week. Should be here toward the end of next week. We have several roads in Dade County on the mountains and in the valleys also that the striping has faded away, and also reflectors are gone. This company here, they will be in here next week, and it'll probably take them to do the whole county, probably 10, 12 days off and on. So we'll let you know about that on our website, and kind of keep an eye out for them. The state does have a project going on. Well, they got 2 projects, 136, but we're getting the most calls on the one going on State Highway out toward the Covenant College, Westboro area, and that project right there. I had calls, people entering, exiting the highway. You just bear with those people. That road is narrow. This road's needed it for a long time, and they are doing grinding and paving on that. And they could not give me actually a finish date of when it will be totally through with that. Hopefully it'll be in the next few weeks, but just bear with the people as they do this. We are offering, I mentioned this morning, on our train, the depot down there that actually was set on fire, that we're offering a $10,000 reward for anyone that can give us some information that will actually have these people prosecuted and brought to trial. So, if you've seen anything or got any video clippings or anything that might possibly help us on that, call the Sheriff's Department or call the City Police Department. They're investigators. I've had some calls on different things that are open and what's not open, and where to wear a mask and these are a few things that we have here. The court facility for sure, the judges are requiring everyone that enters have a mask on. That's something that the judges, that's the Superior Court judge, and it doesn't matter whether you've been vaccinated or not. They're requiring masks when you walk in, and the deputy is actually he's the one that actually is overseeing that. The sheriff's lobby is still closed, and it will be closed until they decide to open it back up, due to COVID. If you need to get in there, you can call the 657-3233 number, and they will let you in or talk to you. Maybe they can help you with your issue. They are still doing the fingerprinting and all, and that's by appointment only, from what I understand. The senior citizen center is closed, And until we see some drastic numbers change here as far as the numbers going down, we're going to maintain that, and we'll open that up just as soon as we feel safe for those people going back. The transportation, they're still transporting people, of course, to doctor's appointments and on the trips, and they still have the same contact number, 657-8277. Vaccinations, if you want to, there's no reason to not get vaccinated unless you just don't want to do it, because right now you can go downstairs. They are doing the vaccination in our health department. And call and make an appointment. It doesn't take long. There's not any lines right now. That could change, later on as things change. And so just give it a lot of thought and try to do that. If you feel it's not mandated or anything, but that's just one way of fighting it. They're offering both the Pfizer and the Moderna downstairs, and you can call 657-4213 for an appointment. As far as booster vaccines, Department of Health, Public Health, they're giving booster vaccines to those who are that actually have health issues that, like if you had bronchial problems or whatever, you can qualify to get that. And regardless, I think, regardless of age, right? 12 and up or 16 and up?
Pfizer for ages 12 and up.
Okay. And well, yeah, you've got that here too. The announcement was made today by the Pfizer group that boosters are now available for people 65 and older. And that's everyone. But the Georgia Department of Public Health has not approved that yet as far as the state level goes. And we'll post that just as soon as we get that authorized. Now what that means is, though, the federal government did not issue this, right? This came from the company.
From Pfizer, and one of the announcements was from the FDA, that boosters were approved for people ages 65 and older. That is the Pfizer only, not the Moderna. But that takes a while to get down to state agencies and local agencies too. So even though they made the announcement today that it's been approved, we're still not doing that here yet at this time.
Yeah. Testing locations, we have calls just about every day about where to get tested, how much it costs or whatever, and we've got several places here in Trenton that you can get tested as far as, but they are of course by appointment, and they do take insurance or they're straight pay. Primary health care, they actually by appointment only. And you can call down there, and they'll do the test. Also, Lawson Medical, and they're on straight pay. I'm not sure what they're charging right now. Price Pharmacy, they do the rapid test for straight pay. They're $90 for a rapid test. And also at the Lookout Valley American Family Practice or whatever, that's up there where you turn into Walmart on the left. A lot of people use that clinic. They do have free testing still at the Colonnade, which is over in Catoosa County, Monday and Wednesday. They open at 10 and they stay open late, all the way into 7 o'clock. That place over there, they really do a lot. During the week time in those 2 days, they run a lot of people through there. It's real quick. You don't have to get out of your car. And there's been a lot of people I know from Dade County that have used that, not only because of the convenience, because it is free. It doesn't cost anything. I'll go into our numbers here as far as the COVID numbers. Dade County, as we speak today, we are at 1,696. That's up from 1,673. That is 73 positive cases in the last 14 days. We've had 15 deaths as of this reporting. I do know we've had a couple more since then. I don't know when they will show up here, and we've got 66 hospitalizations. Walker County, they're at 8,966. Last week they were at 8,757. They've had 488 positive cases in the last 2 weeks in Walker County, test positive. Catoosa County, they're at 7,807. They were at 7,628. They've had 420 positive cases in the last 14 days, test positive in Catoosa County. Chattooga County, they're at 3,423 as we speak. Last week they were at 3,290. That's 362 cases in the last 14 days. It's been positive cases that's been reported in Chattooga County. In Tennessee, Hamilton County, at this time they have 2,334 active cases in Hamilton County. Their total number is 59,996 positive. Last week they were at 58,580. They've had 610 deaths. Marion County, they're at 5,405 today. Last week they were at 5,227. They have 307 active cases. They had 5,046 recovered from that 5,405, and they've had 52 deaths. Grundy County, today they're at 566, and last week they were at 2,426. They have 184 active cases as we speak, and they've had 2,346 recoveries and 36 deaths. Moving down to in Alabama, Jackson County, one of our neighbors. Today they're at 9,293. Last week they were at 9,026. They've had 152 deaths there in Jackson County since this all started. And they've also had 71 positive cases in the last 7 days. DeKalb County, another neighbor here to us in the south, it's 12,102 as we speak today. They were at 11,416 last week. They've had 233 deaths in DeKalb County since this started, and 118 cases have been reported positive in the last 7 days. So there you have it. That's the latest numbers that we have. They are, as Carey said, we've kind of leveled off a little bit on these. If you look, compare them to last week, they're not by far anything to brag about that I feel that we've got really going to downward, but we'll just play it by ear here the next week or so, and hopefully more people are getting out there and being vaccinated. They're listening, trying to, and more people I noticed are wearing masks again, and so just take it serious, because you look around you, just in the last 14, 18 days, we've had several people here that we've had, like I said, some deaths, and also we've still got several people in the hospital just from Dade County that are on ventilators. So try to take this as serious as possible, because it is, and no matter what your age is. And if you have any questions about any of this, that we have her numbers, please look online. Carey does a good job keeping this updated. If you have any questions, you can call our office here, or call my number at 423-667-8999, or any of the commissioners. We'll be glad to try to answer your questions. If not, we'll get you the answer. Do we have any questions?
We do have some questions. So one is, what about the animal shelter? Will we get an animal shelter?
Oh, yeah, one day. Yeah, that's something. It's in the future.
Okay. And the other one is about elections. So on KWIN this morning, you mentioned that elections was going to get a new building. Do you know where that will be?
No, there's something's in the, we kind of got through a curveball on this building here, actually going up in smoke. So it's in just the planning stages right now. Yeah, but it's not, it'll be by this time next year. They will have a elections place to put the elections. We'll have to, yeah. And on the animal shelter, that's something, the city, and it's been talked about for a long time, and you got to prioritize things. We got a lot of things right here happening, and it's really, really critical. And the mayor and I, we've talked about it. I'm on to Wooten, and they've appropriated some money. We've got a place that we're going to build it, and it's going to happen. But you got to prioritize things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.